Well, good Tuesday afternoon. First Alert Meteorologist Jacob Durham here with you, breaking down the latest on the two WVLT First Alert weather days that we have in place for you for the risk of heavy rainfall that could lead to some flooding concerns. We've already seen a couple of school districts closing early today up in southeastern Kentucky. That'll be Whitley as well as Bell County. They are dismissing basically as we speak due to the fact that we could be dealing with some high water on some of the roadways up there. And I also was looking at Scott County here in East Tennessee, their Facebook page, which looks to close early tomorrow and then be closed on Thursday. I'm going to pull that up here on the Facebook page as well, just kind of reading that off with what they're saying at the moment. Once again, this is Scott County Schools posting this just about 53 minutes or so ago. Due to the potential flooding, the Scott County schools will dismiss early tomorrow, Wednesday, February the 12th at 1 o'clock. On Thursday and Friday, schools will be virtual. Students in grades 4 through 12 will take their district laptops home. So just keep that in mind as we move forward in time. But if you have questions or comments, drop those in the section as well. I'll be looking at those as we head through the Facebook Live. So appreciate you joining me. We'll dive right into it because heavy rainfall now moving into much of East Tennessee. If you have any pictures as well of some high water where you live, submit those in. That way we can tell the National Weather Service and obviously give you a heads up here on WVLT News as we go throughout the afternoon hours. This is a live look from Sevier County. There's some heavy downpours out there. Not as persistent of rainfall just yet. It's just now kind of beginning to move in, but much heavier rainfall here in Knox County. This is a live look on our First Century Bank camera in downtown Knoxville. Temperatures are very chilly. In fact, we saw a little bit of a sleet kind of rain mix as the onset of precipitation happened last night across southeastern Kentucky and the plateau, and now it's just a plain cold rain. All the wintry weather is off to our north. Snowing pretty good up in Lexington where the Vols are taking on the Wildcats tonight. Thankfully that is an indoor game. We won't have to worry about any of that weather there. But let's go ahead and dive into the meat and potatoes. You can see a very potent system out there. We've got heavy rainfall lining up back to our south and our west. This is what's going to be moving in. We've got the wintry side on the northern side of the storm, but right now dealing with some very heavy rainfall, and we'll zoom in a little tighter and show you that we do have some very, very heavy rainfall indeed moving in at this moment, and that will continue to be the case as we go through the afternoon hours. Heavy rainfall in and around Knoxville. Here's a live look kind of what's going on. You can see a little pink trying to pop up here and there. Once again, not major concern for us, but very heavy rainfall in and around Knoxville, now sliding into Blount County, Sevier County as well, and eventually over into Jefferson and Cott counties, some of those hard-hit areas by Hurricane Helene. Hopefully we don't deal with any flooding concerns. We'll take a look at the rainfall so far today in just a moment. Stearns to Williamsburg, back over to Barberville, though. Very heavy rainfall moving in here. La Follette to Oneida to Wartburg, so we may see some of those creeks, those ditches begin to rise as that flooding risk is going to kind of ramp up as we really head later tonight into our Wednesday. I think Wednesday could be more of a concern just because we're already saturating the ground with 1 to 2 inches of rain today. I do think that we can probably handle most of the rainfall today. It's more so into tomorrow with an additional 1, 2, maybe as much as 3 inches where we could have some problems. There's Harlan to Sneedville to Rogersville. That leading edge moving into Morristown as well. Heavy downpours. It's been raining pretty good here in Knox County over the last hour or so, and you can see more of that to come. Kingston to Loudon as well as Madisonville. We'll keep a close watch on the creek that's down below us there on Bearden Hill. That usually kind of rises, and that's kind of a telltale sign of just how much rainfall we could be looking at. Even back down towards Athens and Delano, of course, there in Monroe, McMinn counties, dealing with some of those heavier downpours as we speak. Here's a look at the rainfall today. Now, some of these numbers are not going to be as up to date. They kind of come in at various times throughout the day. You'll just see Millsboro actually updated as we hit kind of 12:45 here on this Tuesday afternoon. They've got about 1 to 2 inches across those areas. So that's Whitley as well as Bell counties up in southeastern Kentucky. Those are the areas that are releasing early due to the flooding concern and some high waters along some of their roadways as well. Here in downtown, officially only about 1/10 of an inch. I promise you we've got more than that now. That will probably update as we head later on this afternoon, this evening. Rockwood to Oak Ridge nearing 1 inch of rain as well, with more to come. Now, the one positive we can kind of take away, the excessive rainfall risk today actually has come down. It's only a marginal risk. The rain totals don't look as healthy or as impressive as they once did earlier in the week. That doesn't mean that we can't see some localized flooding concerns, which is what we're already seeing now. Officially flood watch out until we are Thursday morning. No flood warnings at the moment once again, so that's a positive kind of takeaway from that. but we are under that marginal risk. Now, as we head into Wednesday, it becomes a little bit different, but we'll break that down in just a moment. I want to focus on today first, and then we'll kind of break it down for the rest of this afternoon. Heavy downpours continuing as we head through 6, 7 o'clock. This afternoon's commute going to be a messy one for sure. Allow yourself a little extra time. Be patient out there on the roadways. Definitely going to be very soggy, and even through 10, 11 o'clock tonight, still heavy downpours moving through. It's not until we head after midnight, really, we may see a brief break in that rainfall, at least lighter amounts. Now, I do think southeastern Kentucky, to areas of the Smokies and the mountains could continue to see a little bit of that rainfall through the rest of this afternoon and through tonight. So how much rainfall are we looking at as we head through the day on Thursday? Well, thankfully, in addition to what we've already seen, only about another 1.5 inches to maybe 2 inches. So these totals definitely by far have come down. That's the good news. It doesn't look as impressive. We'll keep a watch on it though, because I do think we could add potentially another 2 inches on top. So that would be right in that 3 to 4 inch range that we're already seeing. Areas to the north and west may not see as much of an issue in terms of that regard there. So your impact forecast for today, off and on heavy rainfall out there. We'll kind of put it at a moderate risk for any major concerns, just because thankfully today's the onset of the rainfall, so we can handle the first couple inches, and then it's the rainfall tomorrow night that could create some concerns. Tonight, no first alert, which is good. We're going to drop it temporarily, scattered downpours, and then we'll reinstate it as we head into Wednesday. Heavy afternoon rainfall, and that's a little bit more so to that moderate to high risk, especially for the areas that saw the heaviest rainfall today. So with that being said, rain coverage today 100%, tomorrow 100%. Thankfully going down as we head Thursday into Friday. I know we have a lot of sporting events going on. First baseball game for UT taking place Friday afternoon. I think it's good. It's Valentine's Day as well, so if you have plans to get out, I think it's dry. It's going to be chilly, going to be seasonable, high temperature right around 50 degrees, so that's at least some positive. But as we look ahead to Wednesday, I mentioned the risk for flooding is going to be a little bit higher, and sure enough, here's a look at that excessive rainfall risk. It's back up in that slight category pretty much for all of eastern Tennessee. The exceptions would be southeastern Kentucky. You're still in that marginal risk just because the rain totals don't look to be as impressive for there, but don't let your guard down. So with that being said, starting out fairly quiet for your Wednesday morning. I think that we'll kind of see some breaks, and then by 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, here comes that heavy rainfall out there, and that will last probably through 5 or 6. The one difference, if you were with us yesterday, it looked like it was going to kind of linger all the way through maybe tomorrow evening. It looks like it kind of comes out and moves away a little bit quicker. It lingers in the foothills and the mountains. We still could see scattered showers and downpours redeveloping as we head into your early Thursday morning hours while you're sleeping, but this will be a little bit more scattered. It's not going to be as widespread or as heavy, so that's a positive to take away, and I've kind of reinstated how much additional rainfall is to come to kind of show you those totals, and this would line up with what we're seeing here exactly. 3 to 4 inches total by the time we head into Thursday morning. 1 to 2 inches additional rainfall as we head into areas of southeastern Kentucky. So we'll keep a close watch on that. The main taking points away is waves of heavy rainfall and not a persistent rain overnight, thankfully. The risk of ponding and hydroplaning is still pretty high as we head through the rest of this evening and into tomorrow. Flooding, mudslides also an issue for us. And just remember these kind of safety tips. If you see a high water, turn around, don't drown. I know we preach it a lot, but it's for your own safety as well. Remember, 6 inches of moving water can carry an adult, so it's not that much. If you think about just 6 inches of water, you know, it doesn't have to be a whole lot to get the cars to move either. A small car can move in as much as or a little as 12 inches, and then you have to get those larger vehicles like 18-wheelers and SUVs and things like that. That's about 18 plus inches of water will move those. So that's what we're going to be watching at the moment. We'll be keeping a close watch on that for you as we head through the rest of this afternoon. Once again, Whitley as well as Bell counties are dismissing early today. Scott County looks like they're going to dismiss early tomorrow. But I'm just going to kind of paint you a picture here, show you what we're looking at in terms of that heavy rainfall. Definitely setting up across our area now. We've got that flood watch out pretty much for all of southeastern Kentucky as well as into East Tennessee. Heavy rainfall moving into Knox County. If you see any flooding reports in your area, feel free to message us, shoot us over that information, and we'll definitely keep you a very close watch on that for you as well, and we'll try to keep you updated and send out those updates as well as we get those. For now, though, we'll let you get back to your regular scheduled programming. If something changes, we'll hop back on here. Of course, we'll be live on WVLT News starting at 3:30, 4, 5, and 6. We'll be on at 7, and then on CW at 10. back on WVLT News at 11 this evening. Have a good one. Stay safe. Stay dry out there. If you don't have to hit the roadway, it's probably best just to stay indoors today if you can. Perfect night or perfect evening for maybe just some movie or watching the Vols take on Kentucky tonight at 7.